I actually wanted to start this off with this book, as this is E-Myth, but it's E-Myth Revisited. It's written by Michael Gerber, and to me, this is the best business book that I've read, especially if you're really just kind of getting your feet wet in business. And the reason I'm talking about this is because the skill that we're going to be talking about today is education. You as the leader of this organization, whether you want to keep it small or whether you want to grow it really big, you need to constantly be learning. It doesn't end at college. It doesn't end at high school if that's where you ended. It has to continue going more and more and more. And that's two different types of education that you have to be aware of. There's new education, meaning new things that are happening in marketing and advertising and just in the industry as a whole, as well as once you found a focus or a niche that you want to work with, whether it's dentists or chiropractors or fitness, what's going on in their industry. So new education is important, but it's also good to have the standard education that's been working for decades and decades, because it's the philosophy that really makes it work so well. E-Myth to me is the best book that I've actually read when it came to building up a really great business, because what it teaches you is that people don't run a business, even great people. It's a great system runs a business, and great people run the system, and that's how it needs to work. If people are running your business and you don't have everything documented and everything systemized, you're going to find yourself in a really tough spot, especially as you grow. And that's actually one of the things a lot of agencies, businesses in general, deal with, and it's kind of a weird thing to be in, because it's opposite of what you would expect. But the bigger you grow when you don't have a system, the more likely you are to fail, go out of business, or just be working 24 hours a day without really seeing any type of growth. And that's not the type of business you're going to be in because you've invested in this program. So I want you to really understand the importance of having a system for virtually everything that you do. Here at our agency, we have a system in every process, all the way leading up to our sales department. So our sales department has an entire process on how we follow up with our leads, and it's documented. This isn't something that the salesperson knows and we just wing it. All the way to how we call them and how we introduce ourselves. And then when we sell them, we have a demo. Everyone goes through the same demo every time. When you go, the reason McDonald's grew the fast food industry so crazy the way it did was because no matter where you went, whether it was New York or California or England, that burger was going to come out the same way, the same time, the same temperature, and it's done by people that are 16, 17, 18 years old. And when you think about it, that's crazy, because they're handling hot oil and fryers, and they're handling a bunch of expensive cooking equipment, and there's a ton of moving parts, and there's thousands, literally thousands of customers coming in every single day, angry, happy, confused. There's so much going on, and 16, 17, and 18-year-olds are running this whole show. And the reason it's because they're not running the business. The system is what's running the business, and the people are trained to just run the system, and it's an assembly line. It all started with Henry Ford and how he was able to create that mass production of vehicles, and then people started realizing, wow, we can systemize almost anything. And even here at our agency, we do that. So how we create the advertising programs that we do for all the clients that sign up with us after they get out of the sales system, that also has a documented system. And every account manager goes through the exact same steps to take someone from just onboarded to now getting results, and it's consistent. And then we have the same thing for our GSD show. As you can imagine, that is a big production. We have Sports Center themes. We have it on iTunes. We have it on Google Play. We have it on Stitcher. We have it on YouTube. It goes live on Facebook. There's so many things that happen. And if you don't have a system, that's a full-time job that, even with being at a full-time job, you're sure to fail. And we're able to get that show done with only an hour of my time and usually about 10 to 15 hours of total labor. And that is because our video producer here at Loud Rumor is incredible with systems, and everything he does is systemized as far as how he saves his files. In fact, one of the things that he brought up in a meeting about 3 weeks ago is he went back and re-watched video recordings of him editing. He screen recorded himself editing video and went back to watch it to look for inefficiencies and see how we can do his thing better and faster and systemize that. And if you're doing sales, same thing. Go back and make sure every time you're doing a sales pitch, just flip your phone recorder, your phone open, turn on the recorder, and you can actually audio record the entire pitch. The person you're talking to doesn't have to know it. But now that you have it recorded, when you get back to your car, you can listen to it. And you can look for all the areas where you let them off the hook, or where you could have talked more about this or talked less about this. The best athletes in the world watch tape of the games they just finished playing because they want to find a way to be 1% better. And in anything you want to be great at, you're not looking to be great overnight. You're looking to be 1% better every single day. And if you can continue to do that over and over and over, that's how you're able to achieve greatness. But if you're not making efforts to execute those ideas on how to be great and put them in a system like you learned about here in eMyth, then some things will happen, some things won't happen. Some people will do these things, some people won't. Some people will do these things better, some people do them worse. And what happens is you're running a business that's filled with chaos, uncertainty, and doubt. So do me a favor and make sure you not only value education, but you start reading books like this. And there's a ton of books that you can read on. And if you actually email anybody here at Loud Rumor, we'll be able to make recommendations for you as we read a ton here. You also can listen to podcasts on your way to work. And you can even listen to audiobooks on your way to work. One thing to know, though, some books are great for audio and some books are great for actual hard copy. How you know is depending on what type of a story or non-story it's telling. So eMyth, for example, is a story. You can totally listen to this on audio and get a ton of value out of it. But you have books like Traction or Scaling Up, and those are more like textbooks with a lot of graphs and charts and stuff that they want you to exercise. That's not good for audio because you're going to have to pause it and keep doing all that. So make sure that you understand if it's a storybook, great, go ahead and do that. And then for podcasts, those are a great way to constantly learn while you're on the road or on the treadmill or getting ready for work or cleaning the house. Constantly learn. Set at least 1 to 2 hours per day to make your brain sharp and make sure that you're understanding all new things that you could be doing. And also, by learning every day, it's like training your brain. You're teaching your body and your brain how to learn. So you learn things faster, which means you can grow quicker.